Happy Saturday. Um, this morning I was out and about doing my routine Saturday chores and things like that. And I was scrolling and ran across this documentary about John Henry Clark. In this documentary, John Henry Clark, who, by the way, is a very brilliant, ethical, and responsible um, researcher, historian, and writer. And in this video, he was talking about the rise of Islam. But it took me back to one of the earlier videos I saw that introduced me to him back in the early 2000s when he was talking about slavery. The correlation between these two videos is the fact that John Henry Clark is one of the most ethical and responsible researchers and writers I've seen in a long time. Now, there are other writers that can kind of compete and match some of his wittiness, intelligence, and like I say, ethics in writing. Um, he works to help people think beyond their immediate circumstances. The immediate circumstances for a lot of people is they become very emotionally attached, wound up, and triggered when they hear about physical slavery. But his approach in talking about his slavery historically is to get people to realize that the biggest prize in any type of institution and ideology of slavery is to capture, subdue, and manipulate the emotional and mental state of groups of people, period. So in that way, the manipulation and control can be converted into whatever the manipulator wants to happen. Okay. That's when people get out of the emotional trapping of what took place in slavery. Okay. And when I think of it that way, that type of internal reworking, rewinding, and clarity is the real work of what we call Christ, where Christ is not walking alongside you and being your codependent leader, because people have that notion that any Christ or God is they depend on and don't have to act on their own accord. Anyway, turning over tables and shedding light on falsehood and releasing that falsehood is the true work of Christ. So shout out to John Henry Clark and all the other responsible writers and thinkers.